Okay, the first part of firing the gas kiln starts with setting up your cone pack. For any given firing, you need a guide cone, which is one cone cooler, bad cameraman, which is one cone cooler than what you're going to fire at. You need your target cone, which is the actual cone we're going to fire at, and obviously for this firing it's going to be a cone 10 firing. And you need your guard cone, which you know you don't want to go past. What you want to happen is the guide cone to completely slump and melt. The target cone is going to bend over and touch its tip on the kiln furniture, and then the guard cone is going to just bend a little, and that would give us an exact cone 10 firing, which is often what we're aiming. Okay, Alyssa is about to place the cone pack in the kiln. She's set up some kiln furniture so the height is just right that when we close the door, we can see through the peephole and get a good view of all our cones, with the cone 10 cone being right centered on the peephole. So now Alyssa is peering in the peephole to see that she can see all three of the cones, and especially a straight-on glance at cone 10. So even though we checked it with the door closed, we always light the kiln with the door fully open. Otherwise we risk an explosion and possibly blowing the door off, which we don't want to do. Alright, that's as far as we can get. Alrighty, this is the damper of the kiln. It's at the very back of the kiln. Right now it's kind of out far, and Alyssa is about to shut this to halfway. There's a mark on the damper that goes to halfway, and Alyssa's setting it right to halfway. That's how we want to light the kiln. Later on we'll control the fuel to gas ratio by adjusting the damper, but halfway is typically how we start. So check the check the damper first. So these are these are the mainline valves, which you generally leave open, and leaving them open all the time is fine because there's a solenoid ahead of them that shuts them off. These, though, are the important ones for you guys to learn. These are the burner valves. A valve is open when it's in line with its fuel line. All these valves are fully open right now. We can't start the kiln that way. So Alyssa is going to take each valve and turn it fully perpendicular to the line, so each valve is in the completely off position. Very, very important step. You really can't light the kiln correctly. Did you get them both? Oh, she's got them both. Okay, good. With any of the valves being in line. So we start perfectly perpendicular. So here's the control box. Alyssa's going to turn it on and wait for the readout to go to show the current temperature and then go to 0. So we just flick it and we get nothing because we didn't. There we go. There we go. We want the current temperature, which is 37, and it's set for a max of 2450, which is fine. Just above cone 10. So to recap, we started with the cone pack. The cone pack is visible with the door shut through the peephole. We then checked the damper, set that to halfway. We then checked all the valves, all the burner valves, and closed them. And then we turned on the control box and let that zero out to the current temperature, and we're ready to go to begin lighting. Alrighty, so the controller's on, everything's ready to go. Valve shut, damper at half, cone pack in place, door open. Alyssa's going to hit the sparker button and start the igniter going. Then she's going to open the red pilot valves, and the pilot's going to light, and there's the lit pilot. When you see the pilot burning steady, then you open the yellow ring valve all the way. And then you can watch the flame go all the way across the kiln. There's a ring burner that goes all around the bottom of the kiln. And you see that fire going across the bottom of the kiln. You're ready to actually light the burners. Again, she opened the red valves all the way to light the pilots, then the yellow ring valve, and now she's going to slowly move the main burner valve until she hears those pilots pop. And if you could hear them, there were 6 individual pops in there, and now we're going, and this is called the candle fire, with the kiln firing about as low as it can go. It's windy now, so our flames don't look right. Normally we want mostly clear with a little bit of blue fire, which is kind of what we have. It's hard to tell But we have our candle fire. We're ready to candle this for an hour or more, and then close the door and really fire the kiln.